from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg tonight. It's doubleheader basketball. Boys and girls here on Leominster TV tonight. It's the battle of the Twin Cities, Fitchburg and Leominster. First the girls, and then the boys on deck for the nightcap of this one. Alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins, welcoming you to Leominster TV's coverage of basketball here tonight. Should be a fantastic doubleheader. Interesting stories, to say the least. Fitchburg comes into this girls' game tonight winless on the season, looking to find their first win. Meanwhile, on the other side, Leominster, they're also looking for one win. That one win that would put them to 10 and put them into district qualifications. So certainly things that we will be looking on to tonight. Billy, it's been a great week for Leominster. You know, we were wondering when we spoke to them last week, we spoke to Coach Palazzi, could you find a route to get to 10 wins? He thought, yeah, he could do that. He found 2 of them already this week. A third would put him into district contention.
Yeah, you know, he was still upbeat after that tough loss last week. You know, of course, Riley Skinner getting a 1,000th point was big, but a win would have been bigger. You know, it's about the playoff picture, and they found a way to win 2 games this week on Monday and Thursday, and now looking to clinch a playoff spot with that magic number 10. And I'm sure the Fitchburg girls, as tough of the season they've had, just this one win tonight would just – it would be like they won the championship for them. So I expect them to come out and play hard tonight, despite what the records say. You know, when it comes to Leominster and Fitchburg, we can use all the cliches you want, but let's just throw everything out and throw the ball up and see what happens. Because, you know, anything could happen when these two schools get together.
And I think Bill Thomas makes a great point, Kate, and that is for Fitchburg tonight, this is the biggest game of the year. Could make the entire season go away. 16 straight losses could all be erased from your memory, beating Leominster at home tonight, and they look fired up.
They do look fired up, and if you take a look at both of the teams right now, Fitchburg clearly out there. They've got a spark right now, even just in warm-ups, and this is the type of situation, if you're Leominster and if you're Coach Palazzi, this is a very interesting one because, you know, you just need that one more win in order to be district playoff eligible, but this is one of those classic trap games because Leominster can't really afford to lose here, even though they do still have a few games left in their season. Nothing is guaranteed as you go day to day, so this is going to be one of those nights where Coach Palazzi, you know, regardless of how warm-ups kind of looked there, this is going to be a night where he's going to want them to come out of the chute, make a statement early, and really just, you know, deflect any hope that Fitchburg has of really punctuating their season with a win here.
A car accident, some terrible traffic, and all of that slowing down everybody getting out here to the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse to start things off tonight. Leominster was late arriving. They made it safely, but they had to fight their way cross town through a lot of traffic to get here. They've probably been in the building as we get toward tip-off somewhere around 15 to 16 minutes. Teams getting ready for introductions. We're getting ready for tip-off. First of 2, we start with the girls. It's the Blue Devils and the Red Raiders. They tip off next. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg tonight. It's a big game atmosphere for Twin City basketball. The rivalry hits the hardwood tonight. It's Leominster and Fitchburg. The girls take center stage first. The ball is up and we're underway. Leominster controls the tip-off. Hutchinson right to Skinner. Pops a little mid-range too. Missed the shot. Hutchinson the rebound, turnaround shot won't go. And Fitchburg's got the basketball. Leominster 0 of 2 on that possession. We're 15 seconds into this one. Fitchburg's got first touch.
A couple of misses on the offensive end by two captains here for Leominster, and I think if anything is going to go right tonight, they're the ones that got to lead the way.
Ball out of bounds. We'll stay with Fitchburg as Skinner tried to jump the pass lane.
First thing you notice is the size advantage that Leominster has out there. It's the first time that they've really towered over any of their opposition.
Yeah, I noticed that right away too, Kate. Yeah. Usually we're talking about that in reverse.
Exactly.
3-point opportunity there. Missed from Gonzalez. Put back also off the mark. The aim was from Bodie. Ball out of bounds. Last touched by Leominster, and Fitchburg will keep the basketball. Third opportunity on this trip down the floor. Bounce pass comes to the corner for Gonzalez off the inbound. Gonzalez goes to the left elbow, shot off angle. Skinner this time leaves the basketball alone, and out of bounds the ball goes. Back to Leominster. You know, we were watching during the national anthem, and one of the things we noticed is Skinner actually looked a little nervous tonight.
Well, you know, we talked about how she got going rather quickly.
There's a quick 2 there from Gabriella Frederick, who got the start with the starting group tonight.
You know, her big night last Friday night. Oh, turnover right there.
Yeah, Skinner with the pick. Back to Frederick, and Leominster half-court opportunity. Pass off angle, but corralled by Akachiri. Here's the drive from Skinner baseline. Absorbs the contact.
Woo-hoo.
No call, and
let him play early.
yeah, they're going to let him play, and Skinner was not pleased about
Oops,
it.
Really?
A little much.
I think we're going to see a lot of this pressure, too, tonight. We'll have to see if Fitchburg's inexperience is going to allow them to handle this.
Leominster with the full court pressure. Skinner tried to reach in, realized she was across the arm, pulled it back out, went straight up and down. Tried to slap at that one. Here's the run, little float shot. Popped and hit by Nishari Peralta.
Finally breaking the press after about 12 to 14 seconds, but no timeline.
Not in the ladies' game.
Winding down towards 6:18 to play here in the first frame. Teams knotted at 2. Leominster again slightly modified with the starting lineup tonight. Finnegan, Skinner, and Hutchinson, usual for the starting 5. Jump ball held, alternate possession belongs to Fitchburg. Akachiri and Frederick get the start tonight. That's Faith Akachiri and Gabriella Frederick getting a start in this one.
One of the things you talked about just a moment ago is Riley's kind of maybe looking a little bit tight. She, as a senior leader here, she knows the implications of this game. If you look down the barrel at the rest of the Leominster ladies season, it's certainly not easy. This is a must-win game for them in order to make sure that they clinch and make sure that they put their destiny in their own hands. And so, regardless of the opponent, they need to get the job done.
And Skinner pops 2 from the right corner. Leominster 4-2. 5:50 to play here in the first quarter. And Bill Thomas to Kate's point. That ball heads out of bounds. The full court pressure causing that turnover, and Leominster gets the basketball back. Billy, I think the point Kate is making is well bared out as you look at the fact that Leominster the rest of the way, teams with double-digit wins all the way to the rest of the way.
Yeah, we were dissecting what this game really means, and I was trying to get my thought out, but they wouldn't stop the action here earlier. But, yeah, I mean, 3 tough games after tonight. Not that tonight's not going to be a tough one either, but, you know, get it done while you can. And I'm pretty sure that's the feeling and the thoughts of Coach Palazzi along with his 2 captains. We saw him come out of the locker room late.
Yeah.
And I think they might have had a little one-on-one with the captain, say, come on, take charge tonight.
And, I mean, and like we said, nothing is guaranteed. And right now, Skinner looks all business out there right now.
4-on-1 into the corner. Shot from the right side. Missed there by Gonzalez. Rebound for Skinner. Skinner on the run out. Bounce pass. Hutchinson wide open. Off glass and in.
Nice job. Classic bounce pass in traffic right there. And dribbling with your head up. And that's what Riley Skinner does best right there, controlling the action.
6-2, Leominster's lead. 5 minutes to play here in quarter 1. When these 2 teams met back on December 29th, there was a Leominster 66-29 victory. The pick by Frederick, up floor through Hutchinson, finds Skinner, lays it in and good, and that's 8-2 for Leominster.
And I'm going to comment right now, if Riley Skinner looked tight during the national anthem, she sure got her game going.
She is all business right now.
Her and Megan have definitely taken charge here in the first quarter.
Turnaround jumpers off the mark for Auger. Now the put back up hard off glass. Won't go for Bodie. Battle for the basketball, last touched by Bodie. And it's Leominster basketball. Fitchburg starting 5 tonight. Elise Gonzalez, Deandra Bodie, Emma Auger, Juliana Mija, and Nishari Peralta. Peralta's got the lone 2-point basket for Fitchburg here about halfway through quarter number 1. Skinner with a 3 from the left side. Off mark, no. Rebound, Gonzalez chased it down, pushed it to Peralta. Peralta with the run, stops at the arc. Finnegan right there with her. Got a hand on the basketball. Caused Peralta to give up the dribble. Goes back up top to Gonzalez. Now around, it finds its way back to Peralta. 3 from the right corner. Tried a little kiss off the glass, won't go. Akachiri's got the rebound and the outlet for Finnegan. Finnegan through traffic, hucks it up, off mark. Rebound down in the hands of Mija.
Not a lot of multi-shot possessions for Leominster. I mean, right now they are putting it in the basket pretty easily, but rebounding, need to get some extra possessions there when they're going down on the offensive end.
Let me correct that. That's Mejia.
Okay, you know rebounding is all about positioning, and that's something that coaches can fix if they don't think they're boxing out, and I'm sure that's something they'll talk about first chance they get.
Ooh,
once
nice
again,
steal.
Riley,
Saw that
good anticipation.
Telegraphed pass. Skinner 1-on-2. Can't get it to fall. Finnegan had spot for the rebound. She got unceremoniously dumped to the ground. And here's 3-on-2 the other way. Peralta bumped and traveling violation is the call. Before the body contact, she had picked up the dribble, cross-stepped, and then took the contact.
And, you know, Peralta was looking at the wing over here, but she had the bounce pass, didn't execute it quickly enough, and then there was too many people in the way, and she got caught mid-step.
That there's the 7th turnover already for the Raiders.
You know, it's Peralta being the only senior on the Red Raiders team, you can probably expect her to try to be doing a little extra, too, whenever she can.
Held ball is the call on the alternate possession. Leominster gets the basketball back at that last horn, by the way. Coach Palazzi, he sent in the normal starting lineup. That sends Grace Adams and Hallie Monville into the ball game for Gabriella Frederick and Faith Akachiri. So Leominster's typical starting 5 out on the floor right now.
I think good job, though, by Coach Palazzi of seeing an opportunity to get a couple of girls some starting time. And
oh, I got the ball.
Adams threw it long, intended for Finnegan, was not touched, and the ball back to Fitchburg.
2 times now, really errant throws on behalf of Leominster going out of bounds. Right now they're passing not as crisp as you would like. Fitchburg swarming quite a bit, kind of getting into their lane, their throwing lanes, but
pass off the mark. Finnegan runs down the loose ball in traffic and then dribbles it out of trouble. She'll set up a half-court offense.
Good job by Schuyler there, maintaining control and picking her dribble up and getting it back, too, there.
Skinner with a little jump, found the touch pass to Hutch.
I had holding right there.
Around it goes. They set up Adams. Nobody wants to take the shot. Finnegan pops it from the left side, rolls out, and the rebound down in the hands this time.
Now
look like of Jolimar Zambrana.
7th rebound already for the Red Raiders.
They've had position on the inside, and Finnegan comes across the body, slapping it away there from, it looked like Romero, and they're going to call the foul.
Finnegan very active here, along with her teammates Hutchinson and Skinner here in the first quarter.
Finnegan's first team first, by the way, for the Blue Devils.
Helping to control the action, and one thing she's not afraid to do is shoot. She works on her shooting eye a little bit more. She's going to be
not a shooting foul.
She's going to be
ball is already
trouble.
down
on the floor as Fitchburg was not there for the inbound. Coach DiGeronimo not happy, but Bill Goslin had signaled the ball ready for play. Ball rims out. It was last touched by Hutchinson, and Fitchburg keep the basketball. And Paul DiGeronimo now wants to have a discussion with Bill Goslin, and
not a
Bill
shooting
said,
foul?
I waited long enough. Bounce pass inbound for Romero. The drive shot up. Okay. She got it over Hutchinson, banked it in and good. Did Rachel Romero. 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Fitchburg has halved that lead. It's Leominster 8 and Fitchburg 4. Skinner 3 from the right side. Front rim, no. Monville rebound. Put back, no. Monville back up in traffic. She was the lone Blue Devil crashing the boards. Couldn't recover.
Rebounding an issue right now for the Blue Devils, big time.
And Skinner came across the arms this time. Foul will be on the floor.
Right now, Fitchburg's rebounding is what is keeping this a 4-point game. Otherwise, if Leominster's able to get some of these rebounds and put the ball in the hoop, I think that you're going to see a lot more points on their behalf. But right now, Fitchburg doing a nice job rebounding the ball.
I agree. Looking down low was Bodie. Couldn't get it there. Comes back to Romero. Goes foul line for Zambrana. Around it, makes it there. A long 2 for Jarrett.
Nice job.
Off mark, run down and kept alive by Bodie. Bodie, head fake, drive, got the baseline space. Shot was swatted away by Hutchinson with 8 to shoot. Skinner runs it down, up floor Finnegan, kick Adams, tried the touch lay-in, won't go. Monville in a battle for the rebound against 2 Red Raiders. And on the alternate possession, Fitchburg gets the basketball back.
You know, to Kate's point, Red Raiders doing a great job limiting to the Blue Devils to 1 shot on the offensive end. Controlling those defensive rebounds and getting great inside position under the basket.
And again, that is what is keeping this in a 4-point ball game right now.
Minute to play here in the first quarter. 8-4 is the lead right now for Leominster. Loose ball finds Finnegan at the midcourt. Got it up on the rim, and it won't go.
Nice aggressive move, though, there after that steal. Take her right to the hoop, draws the foul.
Finnegan's got herself 2 shots coming up at the line.
That one's going to be on Jarrett, her first team first for the Red Raiders.
You know, without having, gets a friendly bounce.
Yeah,
Without having
indeed.
Peralta out there, the Red Raiders really don't have anybody to run the team. I think we're going to have to see who steps up here. Peralta being the only senior on the team, a very young team Fitchburg has here.
Finnegan's second
Whoa,
one from
2
that
friendlies.
same corner and got that one to go as well.
2-3 bounce, hit everything but the lottery there on the way through the basket, but
Indeed.
good job.
Leominster's lead increases to 10-4. 57.5 seconds to play here in the first frame. Here's the drive down floor by
She's
Romero.
doing a nice job.
She is. Romero will find across court, puts it in the hands of Rivera.
She's shifty.
And we're talking about a freshman there.
Sets up a Rivera three. Monville deflected. Down to Hutchinson. Looks up
work.
floor for Ivana Akacheri, seeing some of her first televised action. And that ball long and out of bounds.
5th turnover for the Blue Devils.
You know, to a good point there, Kate. Romero very active in the freshman, you know, trying to run the point. And they also have another freshman on the court right now, Mia Covens.
Zambrana sets up a corner three, off mark in the hands of Cavins. Finds its way to Romero. Romero crossed up her feet with Ivana Akacheri and threw that pass out of bounds. Clock is stopped at 22.8 to play here in the first quarter. Shot clock off for the remainder of said quarter. And Ivana Akacheri is going to run the point with Grace Adams as the off guard. Akacheri finds Adams. Cross court comes back to Ivana Akacheri. Cross court, find Adams. The three won't go. Hutchinson the rebound. Nice play to bang it off of a Red Raider out of bounds. Jarrett had it body position, and Hutchinson used that reach advantage. Came over the top and banged it off of Jarrett heading out of bounds.
Good use of her size right there, just to reach over but not commit the foul in the process.
Skinner for Hutchinson, steps inbound. Skinner with three, won't go. Fitchburg's got the rebound, but no opportunity here, as that is the way the first quarter will come to a close here from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse. Low scoring affair through one quarter. The score, Leominster 10 and Fitchburg 4.
No, it turned out to be a very lively opening first quarter here. Kind of slowed down, and both teams having trouble finding their way, through the hoop. Couple of foul shots there at the end for Leominster, but just a lot of back and forth and turnovers, missed shots, and rebounds on the defensive end. Not a lot of second chance opportunities for either team up to this point.
I think this is one of those cases where keeping it a low scoring game keeps Fitchburg in the basketball game early on, where, as I think Leominster was hoping to maybe stack up that lead in the first quarter.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, it's always what you try to do if you feel that you don't quite have the talent. You do what you can to keep it close, and then, you see what happens in the last 4 minutes or so. You get it to the fourth quarter, and we've seen stranger things happen. What do you got over there? Any kind of stats of note, Kate, other than turnovers?
The biggest one right now is that the rebounding statistics for Fitchburg. That's, again, really what's keeping them in the game. Leominster making, a decent amount of their shots when they're going down on the first on their first opportunity, but not getting a lot of offensive rebounds. And Fitchburg on both the offensive and defense end of the rebounding game has really been impressive thus far. And again, that's what's keeping them in this ball game.
Leominster keeps the same lineup on the floor after the respite as we begin second quarter action. Leominster leading 10-4. Adams, touch pass through Akacheri. Jumper, two, good from long range for Riley Skinner.
Once again, pressure here, and we'll have to see how the Blue Devils handle this. How the Red Raiders handle this.
Violation there in the backcourt, Deandra Bodie. And I got to give Coach Paul DiGeronimo credit. First of all, the positivity and the upbeat nature I saw from a team that came out with an 0-16 record right off the start. Their heads were in the basketball game. Two, you got to talk about the young talent on the floor, and you've referenced it a couple of times, Bill Thomas, how young Fitchburg is. But I want to add maybe another feature to that is I don't see too many natural basketball players out there. You see players who are learning the game on the fly.
Yeah, I agree, but I see kids that want to learn. They're putting their best foot forward, and they're competing right now up to this point.
Battle for the basketball. Ivana Akacheri wins it, but not before the whistle. Held ball the call, and alternate possession back to Fitchburg.
One of those things, to Billy's point as well, is that if you have these girls and they're being asked to perform at a fairly high level for girls that are in that learning, especially at a young age, they're getting really great quality minutes here. And their maturation process could go fairly quickly, that by the time they're juniors or seniors, you might want to watch out.
Little stutter and a drive for Peralta. Scooped the shot up there, maybe a little early.
Ball
fun. Out of bounds and back to Leominster.
She's fun to watch.
Indeed, she is.
She does have some good basketball moves, and she's probably the most natural basketball player on the court right now as far as what Fitchburg has on the court for their 5 players.
Cross court, Hutchinson finds Akacheri, back top of the key, Adams. Adams goes low block left. Monville can't bank it in, and the rebound down. Stripped back by Skinner. Battle to the floor. Held ball the call again, and on the alternate possession, it will be Leominster basketball.
16th missed shot so far for Leominster, and we're only a few minutes into the second quarter. Already 16 missed shots to Fitchburg's 15.
Longtime Fitchburg super fan Gene Demers in the house.
Birthday boy.
Indeed.
Big 8-0. The big 8-0. Last
8-0.
week.
Wow. Oh, you're Todd.
Yes.
What are you? You turned 30?
33.
Oh, happy
33.
birthday.
Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, talking about birthdays.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I could have done the impersonal thing and just clicked on happy birthday on Facebook, but I wanted to wait
Isn't
and
it
wish
terrible?
you. I knew I'd be seeing you.
When people from distance get in touch.
You missed the scrum, by the way.
There was a scrum.
Yeah, I know.
Fitchburg
There
came
was
out with
a
the
scrum.
basketball. Peralta, deep three, bombed it up. Back rim, no. Finnegan's got herself a rebound. 6:10 to play here in the second quarter. Leominster's lead is 12-4. Long two for Skinner, just off mark, but right to Monville. Goes up strong, got fouled. Monville's got 2 from the line.
Good job getting underneath there and boxing out on that weak side there. Rebound came right to her. And I tell you, Montville, I talked quite a bit about her Friday night. She was very impressive. Seemed to be very active on the boards. I think she close to double figures, but she made her presence known last Friday, and she's another one of those sophomores who I think we're going to hear a lot of in the coming years, along with her, with Finnegan, and I think they have a good core there that they can work with. Tossing Akacheri in there, and I think we're going to see some good basketball for a few more years to come here.
1 of 2 on that trip, and back down the floor, presses the action, does Romero. Romero playing catch with Gonzalez. Over the head, little give and go inside Romero. She was in the trees against Hutchinson, and the ball got swatted down by Skinner. Picked up loose by Hutchinson, up 4 for Finnegan.
Yeah, that's a size mismatch right there.
Skinner, cross court, find Hutchinson. Goes right back to Skinner. Too hot to handle, and the ball out of bounds and goes back to Fitchburg.
One of the things right now, if you're Leominster, if they're not able to start increasing this lead, I think you're going to see frustration start to build on behalf of the Lady Blue Devils, because right now Fitchburg is still in this. I know they only have 4 points on the board, but they're keeping themselves in this ball game. If they go on a run, Leominster's going to have to watch out.
Loose ball on the floor, battle, and there was a little body contact.
A little pushing and shoving there. See who got called for the Blue
20,
Devils.
it looked like, got signaled. That was Adams, got billed for the foul. She had to have phoned that foul in. I didn't think she was anywhere near that action. Ball knocked back out of bounds.
I wasn't going to express my thought on that, but I didn't think she was part of that little.
Yeah,
Never miss a
Strong,
chance.
Woo!
Ball knocked down by Skinner, who's defending the inbound. It'll be a 3rd attempt on the inbound for Fitchburg. 5:25 to play here in the second quarter.
Defend away.
13-4 is Leominster's lead.
It gets so warm in here.
Indeed it does. Always
a
warm
kick.
here at
Oh,
the
boy.
Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse. Romero for Gonzalez. Through. Finds its way to, look like 22 on that one. Yeah, it was Emma Auger with the 3.
And as we said, right now, you're looking at, what is that? A
2-possession game right
Yeah.
now
It
when
is.
you really want to look at the big picture. Big.
Hutchinson in the paint. Got it up on the rim. Shot off the mark, though. 5 minutes to play here in the quarter.
Here's the thing.
Another
Shot
one.
off the mark, a Fitchburg rebound.
Now a turnover. Finnegan moves it up floor for Skinner. Romero defending Skinner. Count the basket and the foul.
That was a mismatch right from the get-go there. Good job by Riley Skinner using her body to shield off Romero and converting that layup.
Coach DiGeronimo
Teachable
wants to have
moment.
a little
Absolutely.
conversation with Romero.
Teachable
Well, the one
moment.
thing that she's been doing, you want to talk about somebody who's pressed the action, is Romero has not been afraid to basically zigzag dribble across the floor through different Blue Devils as they're pressuring full court.
No, she's done a good job, and running the point when Peralta wasn't on the floor and taking over. I mean, you don't expect to see that out of a freshman. She's definitely got some skills. She's just got to mature a little bit more.
Skinner's attempt at a 3-point play does not fall. Rebound for Fitchburg. Here comes Romero. Skinner tried to pick the pocket. It was tipped up floor. Last touch to there by Kevins. Ball out of bounds. And back the other way to Leominster.
Another one of those hot passes.
Yes, indeed.
Got to have your hands up. You got to be ready for those.
Finnegan finds Frederick. Frederick goes back top of the key. Finnegan, 4.5 to play here in the quarter. Frederick loads the 3. Front rim, no. Faith Akacheri battles for the rebound here. Held ball the call. An alternate possession. Back to Fitchburg.
To Kate's point, there was three Fitchburg Red Raiders there in on that held ball, and 1 Blue Devil under the basket.
They want the ball.
Re-tip the ball in
Yeah,
high school
I
and
know,
college. Send it back up. Make them jump it again.
This is not going to turn
Battle
out
for
well.
the ball.
Could almost see
Out
that
it comes.
coming.
Skinner moves it up. Takachiri. It's run down by Fitchburg's Bodie. Was out of bounds. She tried to tiptoe along the baseline there. She tried to cover the loose ball.
She's got a great little personality down there. She's fun to watch.
Not short on personality. I agree. Frederick for Finnegan. Inbound 3. High bounce. Down. Touched. And pulled in there by Bodie. Nice job. Triple threat position. Cleared everybody out. Up floor it goes in the hands of Romero.
16th rebound for the Lady Red Raiders.
And that has been tremendous control. Kicked ball call on the defense. Fitchburg gets a fresh 30. Peralta checks back in for Romero. Here's the inbound. Peralta. They go inside. Find its way for Miha. And the ball was deflected and a foul called. Yeah, they charge Hutchinson with that one, her first. Hutchinson still playing with that heavily bandaged / protected left hand. Does not appear to be affecting her right now. And good news, softball fans, that's her glove hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah, March is right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Todd starts in a week and a half.
I know. It's going to be a little cold in North Carolina.
Just a wee bit. Yeah, Billy, that was my birthday present. Here, Kate, you get to go to rural North Carolina for your birthday. Yep.
Foul called. Two shots coming up here.
Any
on
place
the
but
hands of Jarrett.
Massachusetts.
I love Massachusetts.
I hear the Outer Banks is nice this time.
We're not going to the Outer Banks. I'm going to a softball
We're
field.
going to a
okay,
softball
in the
field
middle of March.
in Greensboro.
Oh, bring your warm weather.
University of North Carolina, Greensboro.
Hat and gloves.
That's going to be Finnegan's second, by the way. Team 5th for the Blue Devils.
First opportunity for Jarrett at the line is off the mark. The lead just 8. It is 15-7, Leominster's lead. 3:34 to play here in the second quarter. Jarrett's second opportunity. Looked good. Was good.
I think they call a.
They must have had a lane
violation
there, or it was
or
a foul on a three-point shot.
It was a foul on a three-point shot.
It was a foul on a three-point shot. Says
okay.
Kate.
Oh, maybe. I don't really watch a lot of the game. I have to listen to you.
This one up and down. 2 of 3 on the trip nonetheless.
Yep.
I think it was on a three-point shot, but don't quote me because Lord knows I don't know.
I think you just quoted yourself.
Don't.
15-9, Leominster's lead.
Bradley, roll the tape back.
Skinner, the jumper for 2. That one will go. And just like that, the lead back up to 8 at 17-9, Leominster.
She makes it look so effortlessly.
Ball was
sometimes
tipped out of bounds. They say last touch Fitchburg. Leominster gets the basketball back. 3:15 to play in the second quarter.
It's an early start for us today. 5:30 tip-off
Yeah.
Doesn't
for
mean
this
you
first one.
doesn't mean you're getting home any earlier.
That's
No, I
in case
know.
you're wondering.
I know. Great cheering section for Fitchburg already. This is going to be a huge cheering section tonight.
I agree. The cheering
They're
sections
not real
arrived
rowdy
early.
yet.
No,
They're
no.
not real rowdy.
Pacing themselves. Doubleheader. Skinner with the jumper for 2. That goes down, and just like that, lead is 10. 19-9. Under 3 minutes to play here in the
Right
second
now, if
quarter.
Riley wants to take over the game, that will make a huge difference.
Gonzalez pops a 3, ends up being a great pass to Peralta. Dribbles out the baseline. Reload Gonzalez. That one caught the front rim. Loose ball to Akacheri for the rebound.
I think this might be the first double-digit lead for the Lady Blue Devils this evening.
I believe you are correct.
that's a
And
step.
Frederick took a little walk, traveling the call. Ball back to Fitchburg.
9th turnover for the Blue Devils.
2:35 to play here in the second quarter. Leominster's lead is 10 at 19-9. Peralta through Miha. Sets up Gonzalez, a 3. Long. Loose ball run down by Jarrett. Last touch Skinner tiptoeing along the baseline and out of bounds. Give Fitchburg another opportunity. 14 to shoot.
One of those tricky passes, shots that hits the floor, and then you don't know whether to go for it or not. And next thing you know, it's being bounced off you.
Cough button didn't work, did it, Todd?
See,
I was trying to talk over you, cough.
I'm very much hoping we were the only ones that heard that.
I
I'm
doubt
covering.
it.
I'm covering for you, man.
We'll go with
I got
doubt
you.
it. That
I
was
appreciate
awful.
that. Here we go. Floor.
Oh, man.
I'm going to talk over you.
Across we go.
While you're coughing.
I appreciate it.
Oh, God.
Inside.
Nice.
Graphic.
Turn around. Off the side rim. Doesn't go.
Just
See, the
straight up
embarrassing part is I
graphic.
bet nobody heard that.
Oh, really?
I really do believe that. I think we're the only ones that can hear that. We're on a different line.
Oh.
Up floor, they look for Skinner. Skinner runs the ball down and ran out of real estate.
So is that kind of like if a tree falls in the woods?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did it really
Did
happen?
it really happen?
See, if you pretend that nothing happened, which was my ultimate attempt, it was just,
Like I'd ever do that.
you know, Kate can't let that go.
No. No.
So, you know, it'd be like nobody ever knew.
Yeah, right. My mother would have told you.
If it actually happened. Battle on the floor. Skinner just plain takes it
Any
away.
help for
Surprised she
Riley?
didn't call
Needs a little
timeout.
help.
Ooh, she gotta get
Somebody stepped on her
swallowed.
hair.
Oh,
Down they
somebody's going to
go,
get hurt.
and held ball the call, and Skinner a little frustrated there, and she's looking for a foul call. A lot of body contact.
You can see the individuals getting swallowed up there as more teammates came in.
Yeah,
I
she's not
understand the
happy.
frustration. I do. I mean, it's the problem in a 10-point game. Frederick launches a three from straight away, won't go. Ball tipped. Last touch Monville, and the ball back to Fitchburg. And that's always the balance here is, as a player, you're frustrated because you think the officials are officiating the score. Meanwhile, the officials trying to let them play. But there is a lot of body contact down on the floor, and that is always the problem when you have a balance between a player who's going to go play Division II basketball at a top Division II team and players who are learning the game at the high school level.
Yeah, I agree 100% there. Good job by the coach there jumping up while you were talking, Todd, calling a timeout during a little scrum here. Saved him a possession and saved the arrow.
And not a moment too soon, you're right, because the held ball would have gone to Fitchburg.
Well, I think this game, even though the score is 19-9, Fitchburg's down by 10, it's kind of playing along the way that they would have hoped. Of course, they'd like to be in the lead right now, but they're only 2 or 3 possessions out of making this, very, very interesting. And I think the longer the game plays at this closeness, the tighter that Leominster's going to become and the looser that Fitchburg's going to play.
I agree. I mean, they've certainly proven they can hang around. 10-point lead just really in the last couple of minutes. And, I mean, this is always that balance when you're the team that, quote-unquote, should win on paper versus the team that maybe shouldn't win on paper, is if you don't come out and take control of a game you should control and you let David stay in that battle, sometimes David does slay Goliath, Kate.
And I mean, if you talk about it, the score from the previous outing, 66-29 in favor of the Lady Blue Devils. Right now, they're only on track to have about 20 points, 21 points at halftime.
Yeah, which means a double up is 41. They'd come in about 20 points shy of their first output against these two teams. Over the head, here's the drive. That was Auger. Got stripped. Going back the other way with Skinner. Skinner goes up floor long, finds Frederick.
Oh, boy.
Out of bounds. No, they say travel, but either way, she was also standing on the baseline. Ball back to Fitchburg. 47-7 remaining here
Pick your
in
poison
the second
there.
quarter. Differential shot clock to game clock, about 13 seconds. Right up the middle, that ball was tipped by Adams. Skinner with it with Bodie all over. Skinner's going to take it to the basket, being body blocked. Intentional foul, the call. It took 2 shoulder shivers to get the intentional foul call, but it did come up nonetheless, and the foul will be called on Bodie.
You don't see that
I
call
do.
very often, but a little extra contact there on the way to the basket.
Well, this is one of those cases, too, where, like, as you were talking, Todd, kind of the letting them play, having that physicality, because you have kind of, a little bit of a differential here on
In
what's
skill.
on in the skill set. But this is what ends up happening is as you let them play and as you let them play, it gets harder and harder and harder, and then things like this happen.
And
So, I
Skinner
mean,
gets the first one to go.
the big thing is in the second half, the officials, I really do think, are going to have to make sure that they maintain control.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you have to know that, of course, coming into a Leominster-Fitchburg battle anyway. And, of course, Bill Goslin, working the baseline tonight, is, a longtime crew chief of the Fitchburg-Leominster football series.
He knows.
He certainly is aware of that need to maintain order. But it's that delicate balance between need to maintain order and then contributing to what is already a tough game on paper. Frederick, offside rim doesn't go. Monville, second opportunity doesn't go as well. Third time, won't go. Monville down, back up, and a foul call there.
She's fighting, she's battling, she's keeping those. I tell you, what impressed me about Monville is the way she keeps her hands above her head.
Yes.
She doesn't bring the ball down. And she'll learn that putback ball control, but she does a great job of using her length to get her hands on the ball before the other girls do and keep it up there.
First one up and down puts Leominster at 21-9. And Billy, I want to actually dovetail right off the back of what you're saying. Monville is more of your stereotypical low block, back to the basket / face up player. And, running that in comparison to Hutchinson, who's more comfortable mid-paint and farther out.
Yeah, and we find Montville under the basket frequently. When shots are heading up there, she's not afraid to mix it up.
Here's Romero with the drive. Baseline, it was tipped. Ball still alive. Romero came out with it, but stepped out of bounds. Good hustle attempt there by Romero.
Yeah, and I think the other thing in Montville's game, she knows she's not a point guard. She's not the shooting guard. That's not her role. And her role is to be under the basket, and I think she's filling that role quite nicely.
1 second to play here in the half. That shot was good if it went. It was off the mark, and that is halftime of game number 1 in this Twin City battle tonight. The girls, Leominster on top at the half, 21-9 through one half of play.
I would have to say the only comment I have is Fitchburg is still in this game. We'll have to see how the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half go. It could foretell how the game's going to play out in the last 2 quarters. But the first 4 minutes of the third quarter is going to be very important for the Blue Devils to come out and show that they're going to take charge of this game and cement their spot with 10 wins.
Teams head to the locker room, 21-9. Leominster's girls on top of Fitchburg's. We're back with a little halftime stat update and more as Kate will get you caught up on first half stats. When we come back, you're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Halftime at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg of game number 1. Leominster's ladies on top of Fitchburg, 21-9 through one half of play, but still feels like anybody's game. Fitchburg still feels like the longer they hang around, it might make it interesting here in the second half. Kate, what do those first half stats say?
Well, they're not pretty on either side, but let's take a look at the Red Raiders side of the ball first. Team totals first. As a team, they shot 3 of 25. That's 12% from the field. They were 1 of 13 from behind the arc. They're shooting 8%, 20 rebounds, 15 turnovers for the Red Raiders. Scoring contributions from Fitchburg. Peralta has 2 points. Jarrett has 2 points. Auger with 3. And Romero with 2. And they are shooting 2 of 3 from the charity stripe. That is 67%. On the Leominster side of the ball, from the field, the Lady Blue Devils shooting 8 of 40. That's 20%. That's the lowest that we've seen since we've been covering them. So that number not very good. 0 of 8 from behind the 3-point arc, so that is 0%. 11 rebounds, 3 steals, and 11 turnovers for the Lady Blue Devils. They are shooting 4 of 8 from the charity stripe, so that is 50%, but individual scoring contributions from Finnegan with 2, Frederick with 2, Skinner with 12, Hutchinson with 2, and Monville with 2. So right now the numbers not looking good on either side of the ball.
And for Leominster, it's been that typical offensive contribution. It's Riley Skinner and everybody else chips in a little bit along the way. Bill Thomas, as we go into this second half, I certainly think Leominster is going to need to up the production. You've got to execute and up the production. And on the other side, for Fitchburg, it's steady as you go, but you got to get on a run and get hot at some point.
Well, Riley Skinner's got to find some help. That's all I can say. I mean, we know she's a great scorer, but the rest of the team can't expect her to carry the entire load. And, we expect Megan to step up. I mean, she's tried. She just there's been a little on the basket when she's, the last couple of games that we've seen her play. But I fully expect the Blue Devils to maintain that full court pressure and try to control the game that way. They did a good job with that. But I tell you, Fitchburg, even though they're down by 12, it's still it's a 4-possession game, a couple of turnovers, and get the crowd going a little bit, and this could be an entirely different second half.
And the crowd continues to grow as on deck the boys take center stage, a battle between Fitchburg and Leominster here at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse. And a quick preview, Bill Thomas, of that game to come. I mean, the teams combined only have 3 wins, but Fitchburg's lone win on the season is Leominster. So keep that in mind.
You know, you pointed that out to me pregame, and I had to go back and look at my score sheet here, my records, and that was Fitchburg's only win. Came back about the 6th or 7th game of the season. It was a 2-point win, but a win nonetheless. And you know, those two teams are playing for pride right now. Neither one of them has any aspirations about playoffs, but I fully expect to see a very good game second half of the doubleheader tonight.
Second half of game number 1 coming up when you come back. Leominster needs the win to become district eligible. Fitchburg wants the win for pride. A break and we're back with more. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse as we start second half action. Fitchburg will go left to right here in half number 2, wearing the home whites with the brick red touches. Shot is off the mark. It was off the hand of Romero. Gets the second half start. Back down floor, Skinner. Skinner feeds Hutchinson. Gets it right back, though. Here's the drive. Off mark. Monville shot up. She got fouled, and 2 shots coming up for Helly Monville, and we said it, Bill Thomas. She plays the low block well, knows how to draw the defense in and take advantage of the physicality.
And she does a great job taking advantage of that weak side. She controls that weak side nicely, and she looks for those rebounds, and a lot of girls will shy away from that, but she's not afraid to do that so-called dirty work under the basket, look for those second and third opportunities.
One problem for Fitchburg on that was Bodie's 3rd foul, team first to the second half, but right now Bodie in foul trouble. She's going to have to take a spell for quite a bit of this one, and that one is good as well for Monville. Fitchburg inbounds the ball and coming down. Half-court pressure by Leominster.
Indeed, and up floor comes Romero. Romero drops it inside looking for Mejia. Throws the shot up at a high angle, but crashing hard on the rebound there. Looked like that was 42 Zambrana who got in there, and the ball was tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Leominster, and Fitchburg's got the basketball. Davis, shot up, was tipped by Hutchinson. Hutchinson corrals the ball up floor, finds Skinner, lays it off glass and good, and that's a Skinner special right there. Leaks out down floor, gets the head lady pass, and down floor lay it in.
Well, I think one of the things they might have talked about was the Red Raiders are having trouble shooting from the outside, so Skinner could just take off, I think, and not even have to worry about the rebounding. Let the rest of the team do the rebounding, and then they can look for her, especially Hutchinson. She knows she's going to look for Skinner and look for that touchdown pass.
Emma Burkhart on the floor for Leominster. Got into that one tied up, and on the alternate possession, Leominster gets the basketball back.
Nice pass underneath to Montville.
Yeah, lays it off the glass. Can't get it to go, though, and Mejia's got the rebound.
Lost her way a little bit there. I don't think she actually knew where the basket was. Got a little deep there, but nice job on the low blocks once again by Montville.
6.5 minutes to play here in quarter 3, 25-9. Leominster's lead right now. Around, back to the top of the key. Comes to the near side. It's Romero. Romero with the dribble. Throws on the brakes. And traveling violation call. Finnegan broke up the momentum by getting a hand on the basketball.
Good job there. Good active defense. It's all about the hands. You know, you play defense with your feet, but you got to have your hands up for it to be any good to get that involved.
Inside float. Monville. Monville to Hutchinson.
That one needs to go in.
That one won't go. Mejia's got the loose ball rebound.
I agree. Nice under the basket passing too, but just couldn't convert.
Peralta launches from deep. Got it on the rim. High rebound down for Hutchinson. Up floor, finds Skinner, throws on the brakes. Here's Finnegan, 3 from straight away, back rim, no. Skinner rebound, put back, off glass, that one goes.
And that's more like it. That's what we expect from Hutchinson. She's got to put those, use her body, use her size, and get those putbacks up there. Keep the ball above your head. That's the key.
Absolutely, Bill
Keep
Thomas.
the ball above your head.
Spin out, Peralta won't go. And a foul called there away from the basketball.
Second for Skinner, team first for the Blue Devils.
Peralta taking a seat here. We'll have to see if Romero takes over the point here like she did in the first half. A lot to ask for a freshman.
Romero takes the shot from
Off
behind the
mark
3-yard.
and out of
Oh,
bounds.
hi, you're back.
Hi.
How you doing?
Managing everything.
I know. Sorry.
Ball out of bounds, coming the Blue Devils' way.
Yes, indeed. 5:08 to play here in the third
They're
quarter.
here. Yes.
ESPN 8 is in the house. Probably one of our favorite parts of working the Doug
That's
Birchfield Fieldhouse.
awesome.
I hope they move it right over here, right next to us. Right over here.
We'll check in with them later on. Meanwhile, Emma
Romero.
Burkhart
Oh.
spots the 3 and buries it for Leominster.
And Blue Devils here slowly extending the lead with 9 straight points here to open the third quarter.
And Paul DiGeronimo calls the timeout. 4:46 to play in the third quarter. 30-9. How quickly that lead has jumped up for Leominster, and spawning the timeout.
And very quietly, too. But I'm looking over at these guys setting up this Sports Center desk. They're wearing their ties and suits. And
I mean, aside from the fact that their
this
desk is made out of
entertaining.
cardboard.
Yeah.
Aside from that
How do
fact
we know
alone,
the Sports Center
well
desk?
dressed.
they're
Yeah.
well dressed. They've got headsets.
Yeah. They
They
gonna
actually
plug them
did
into anything?
Some really nice set design for the record. I mean, you know.
It's an
Now,
upgrade from
are
last
they part
year.
of the program here?
You know, that is a really excellent question. If they aren't, they should be.
They have an audio. They must have an audio-visual component.
They
here.
do.
Is
They
he
do
ripping
indeed.
the
Actually,
cord?
Oh, wait, we got a basketball
Is he
game here.
ripping the cord out of the headset?
Oh, if he's ripping the cord out of the headset, I can't watch that. That's going to just break my heart.
It's a wireless headset. That's what it is.
I think they're ripping the cords out of the headset.
They might be, and my heart is slowly and steadily broken. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, again, I'm at a long distance away watching this, but I'm fairly certain those are like straight off of your like Minecraft, World
Hey,
of Warcraft.
They'll take it.
I mean, Call of Duty. That's what I was really searching
It's all
for.
good. What do you think people think we wear?
That's what I wore for years. I am not judging at all.
Nice
Skinner with
takeaway
the
by
pick
Skinner.
and the drive down floor, lays it in and good.
Avoiding the contact.
I got nice chairs coming in. It's phenomenal.
We should move. We should share our broadcast position.
A great idea, Bill Thomas. Great
I'll
idea.
give up my headset.
Double dribble is the call against Gonzalez, and the ball goes back the other way.
So I'm going to give up my
I
headset?
might give him a couple of trips up and down the court just for entertainment purposes, Todd. What do you think? No.
I'm going to go with a subtle no, but only because I think we might actually panic them.
I'd enjoy the
play in
entertainment. You'd be the one panicking.
I think it would be great. I mean, hey, I'd let him go if I could assume that, you know, it's all about a teachable moment. It's an educational
exactly.
opportunity. I'm just not sure that they feel totally ready for this. But
Well,
hey, nonetheless, an idea.
Were you ready the first time?
Yeah, you know, I got to tell you, first broadcast, 1999, Leominster and Doherty football. And we were at Foley Stadium. They gave us a VHS recorder. We had a headset that I had bought at the local Radio Shack. They gave us a black and white monitor, like the old tube ones with the adjustable rabbit
That's
ears.
funny.
Plugged that sucker in, turned it on, blew up like the 4th of July before the game even started. There's a 3, and your Mari Rivera hits that one, makes it 32-12. 3.5 minutes to play here in quarter 3.
First points for the Red Raiders in the second half there.
Let's give credit due. That was me at Covens.
Cavins with the
Yeah.
3-pointer.
Yeah,
Did I
I
really
was
screw that
double
up?
checking the numbers here. Rivera, I don't think, is on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
what Bill Thomas is here for. Hey, I just read the name.
useless.
I'm sorry, Kate.
I was
No,
waxing
we're-
poetic, and I read the name Kate pointed to. Adams.
I know.
Line
I saw
drive
the
3. Did not go. Rebound down for Jarrett. I think the moral of the story is, Todd, less story time. More basketball game. Here's Peralta. Crossover
know.
dribble. Drive to the foul line. Find Romero. Romero gave up the dribble a little too soon.
FYI, I am giving up my headset.
Has to kick around.
That's happening.
Sets up a Jarrett 3. Off mark, won't go.
That will happen.
And the loose ball is run down by Burkhart.
Or at the very least, I'm plugging one of them into this.
They pulled the wires out. We just watched that sin.
If they promise not to yank the wires out of my headset, I might let them borrow it.
Burkhart 3. Off mark, won't go. Rebound down in the hands of Jarrett.
Quick stat update. Have the Blue Devils hit a three-pointer yet tonight,
Nope.
Kate? I
Oh,
didn't think-
yes, one.
Burkhart.
One.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yep, one.
The runner there for Romero. She drew the foul. She's got 2 shots coming from the line. 2:29 to play here in the third quarter.
1 of 12.
Well, I knew you had an 0 for there in the first half. 0
for.
for 8, I think. 0 for
0
9.
for 8,
but,
yep.
that's a tough stat to swallow, too, because we know how the Blue Devils like to throw up those three-pointers. You want to see some of those go in.
Frederick picks up her first, team's second for the Blue Devils. First one misses from the line. The ponytails keep obscuring the numbers, and I can't tell who anybody is.
Okay, and of course we just had a Blue Devil check in. I think that's is that Faith Akacheri's sister, number 22?
You have both. You have Faith and Ivana
All
Akacheri.
right, so that would be Ivana, I think, in 22, because I
Yes.
don't see her on the roster.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, you mean on the copy?
On
that
the,
you have, Bill
the
Thomas
copy I got here.
right over here. You got to just lean over.
Do
I
they do
know.
this? Do they do the desk every home
See, I
game?
just guessed
Or is
that.
it just
I
for
guess.
us?
Uh,
Do they
gonna
check
find
our,
out,
Do
trust
they
me.
check our schedule?
I think it would be very cool if it was just
That'd
for
be
us.
mean. No,
I
it
mean,
means they're making fun of us.
But
Todd,
that's-
be very
which is-
afraid.
And do you assume this is the first time it's ever happened since '99?
Imitation is the best form
is
of
the
flattery.
best form of
Oh.
flattery.
Regardless of if they're making
Shot
fun
is
of us or
short
not.
by Skinner. Ball deflected out of bounds, and Fitchburg turns that one back to
They have
to
a lot
Lemonster.
of equipment that
That's
they've set
been
up over
happening
there.
to me since '99. Lenny Broussard dressed up like me. I mean, I had that signature look.
Oh, you did.
One
Oh, nice
Halloween.
inbounds.
Did you ever?
Held ball is the call, and the ball will go on the alternate possession back to Fitchburg.
Riley's getting beat up a little bit in this
She is.
game. She's taking a lot of contact.
That signature look has only changed a little bit.
Thank God.
A little.
Thank God.
Kate had something to do with some of it, for sure. Maybe all of it. You know,
The dang hiking boots. I finally got rid of them. Thank the Lord.
so that's what I got tonight.
Nice give and go there. Just couldn't quite convert there.
Loose
Leah
basketball to Ivana Akacheri. Sets up Skinner. Oh,
That was a
jump
quick
stop,
whistle.
And Skinner said, yeah, okay, yeah, it's going to be one of those nights. And just flips the ball back to the official. She said the right thing to Frederick, though. She just shook her head. She goes, we're fine.
Yeah.
Back down the floor. Leominster's lead is 20 at 32-12. Minute and a half to play here in the third quarter.
You know, we talked about how Leominster were going to respond in this third quarter. A nice block there by Skinner.
Yeah, she got her
And they
hands
have
on it.
responded.
She gets it right back from Ivana Akacheri and scoops it up, lays it in down floor, and 34-12. Leominster's lead is 22.
Skinner pushing 20 by now, Kate, I'm guessing. A little update on her number. I know she had, 12 at the half, 18.
She's at 18.
Controlling the scoreboard, if nothing else.
Peralta gave up the dribble top of the key. Flips it over for Cavins. Cavins back for Peralta. Peralta, the right-hand dribble drive. It got tipped
boy.
by Skinner as the
yeah.
second defender, who's trying to get her balance and stepped out of bounds, and the ball will stay with Fitchburg.
Do you think they'll let me go and hang out with them if I send one over to you guys?
Kate,
I'll go do stats for them.
No.
I'm headed over there between the third and fourth quarters just to check you in.
I'm
a
gonna
little.
bring. You want to check me in? Get a name tag or something on?
Yeah.
Hello, my name is.
Hello, my name is not Mrs. Robbins.
You know what the great part, though, about it is? Complete and utter anonymity in their case. They have no idea who we are.
It's fabulous.
Not a clue. I mean, there is some benefits to that. Even when I worked here at Fitchburg, I mean, the group of kids that knew, like, who I was and the fact that I lived in Leominster, called the games forever, and now was working here, only a handful of football players had any idea. Rest of them, generally unimpressed.
So
I'm used to it.
I've got that anonymity all the time. In the grocery store, when people say hi to you, I just keep walking. I'm like, oh, he'll be around in about 10 minutes.
At some point. Burkhart crosses, finds Gonzalez. Down low,
Oh, gosh.
Akacheri to Akacheri. Sets up Skinner. Skinner got some room, little jump stop, lay in, good. 36-12, 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
That's her 20th point on the night.
And
So
Peralta
she's
brings
going to be
back
coming
over
up on 1,100 soon.
At this
At
rate?
this rate?
Yes, but just about 80 to go. The little push shot, front rim, no for Peralta. Second opportunity won't go there for Zambrana.
That's not true because she was at a 1,017 at the end of the night that we had her. She's had at least one more game, and now she's got 20 on this night. She's up to around like 1,050 plus.
Indeed.
Easy.
Ball was deflected, got kicked. Shot clock off. 12 seconds to play here, third quarter, 36-12. Leominster's lead. Round the world looking for an inbound spot is Auger.
Oh,
she
gosh.
found it. Then there was a collision of bodies. Loose ball pass. That was Cavins trying to find Zambrana down low, and the ball ends up out of bounds. Final 5 ticks here in the third quarter. Skinner, jump stop, pass back, top of the key, and time will run out. Skinner flips one up, and it won't go. 36-12 is Leominster's lead through 3 quarters here at the Doug Grudge Field Fieldhouse in Fitchburg.
I think that the Lady Blue Devils did a good job controlling that third quarter right there, just to extend that lead out. And all of a sudden, 24 just – where did 24 come from? I mean, doubled the lead there from the halftime to the end of the third quarter from 12 to 24. But that was a quiet quarter overall. But only
Unless
3 points. Unless your name's Skinner.
Yep.
Only 3 points put up there by the Lady Red Raiders, though, which is has definitely contributed to this big halftime lead that the Blue Devils have. But still, let's not count our chickens before the eggs are done warming up.
Yeah, indeed. 36-12. Leominster's lead through 3 quarters here at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. First game on tap right now features the girls. Boys are on deck.
Bradley said. If Bradley says, that means we have to.
Bradley just wants to see what
Bradley
happens.
says we need to bring on the Ocho.
He is chaos. He is absolute chaos.
I think he's fabulous. He's chiming in. He's the executive producer. We have to do what we're told.
I understand.
The executive producer has the final say.
Here we go.
Not you prima donna play-by-play guy.
Hey, I'll work with whoever. Lay off the glass for
Nice
Burkhart
job
goes and make it.
Well, it's settled. I'm going to go do
38-12.
stats down at the Ocho, and I'm going to send their stat guy up here. Have fun.
From the right elbow.
It's very
a shot
exciting.
from Mejia does not go.
It's very exciting.
Loose ball, Frederick to the floor. Just kind of laying on it, and held ball is the call, and Fitchburg will keep the basketball. Half court left.
All right, so I've been doing
some
stat investigations here.
Yes.
We're talking about what Riley Skinner might have now, not
Yes.
to be totally distracted. But it looks like she scored 33 and 25, 58 plus tonight since
Oh,
she
that's
hit.
right. That's
told
right.
So
you.
58 plus whatever she has tonight, add that to 1,000.
Yep.
She had 25 against Worcester North last night, actually.
Bodie up strong, got fouled by Akacheri, and Bodie's got 2 from the line.
So right now she's got 20, so 58 plus 20, that's 78.
Yeah, she's fast approaching 1,100.
Yeah.
Who knows where she's going to end up. But, yeah, she had a big night last night, had 25. Might have tied, let's see, she had 29 earlier in the season and 27, but she's right up there. She's been humming right along very nicely.
Akachiri picks up her first team third for the Blue Devils.
I'll thank the home team from the Telegram and Gazette, courtesy of them, for allowing me to access that stat.
Bodie back rim to that one, goes 0 of 2 on the trip, and Hutchinson's got a rebound, is back in the basketball game. Come to Skinner, triple threat to the left, 7:10 to play here, quarter 4, 38-12 is Leominster's lead.
Well, the Ocho already has their headsets on. They're going.
They jumped right into the action. Ball is deflected into the backcourt, loose, and Burkhart ran down that loose ball.
Looks like they're interviewing each other, though. I'm not really sure. They got the microphone out, and
We okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Everybody's good.
somebody's feet just got a little away from them, that's all.
These things happen.
Todd, stop kicking the equipment.
I did nothing. Gonzalez, a shot. They call it a 3.
Why not?
Put it on the board. 38-15.
Nailed it.
6:50 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Gotta pad the stats.
Around it goes. Here's Skinner with the drive. Right
Oh.
baseline. Floater. It
That
goes.
was a tough one right there. I tell you, she's not afraid to take it to the hoop.
She now
That's-
is 20 points away from 1,100.
So it makes her so good.
The Skinner tally continues. The drive for Davis. Davis finds Bodie. Bodie, good job making some room. Body position. Got fouled. 2 shots coming up for Bodie.
That'll be Faith Akachiri's second, team fourth for the Blue Devils.
Good job by Brody backing away into the basket there, using her body to shield the defender. Drawing the foul.
How do they hear each other?
That one won't roll for Bodie.
They're having full-on conversation. How do they hear each other?
And they're using all wireless equipment. Did you notice?
All wireless.
All the way back to their broadcast outlet, as it turns out.
I'm just jealous. I want to go hang out with them.
Shot off the front rim, no. Hey, I got to tell you, I love the aspiration. I desperately want some of my own students to do it, but here's the thing. Do the broadcast.
With them plugged
Right,
in.
right.
Do the
Really
plug
do
in
it.
and do the broadcast. Like, get a camera guy here and do it. Burkhart hits the 3.
And then bring it to class.
And bring it to class.
And let's
air it
talk
on the
about
TV
it,
station.
yeah.
You know, I would love to see it. there is nothing wrong with students who are inspired to try this job out. I mean, obviously, I've been doing it since '99.
We're going to find out how you feel about that when a couple of them come over here and talk to you in a little while.
Bring them on.
See if they really.
That's going to happen.
You know, I'm kind of curious if they're doing this just to goof, or if they really have an aspiration to do this in life.
Well, we're going to find out.
We're going to find out more.
All kidding aside.
Akacheri front rimmed it. Loose ball. Now the drive. Shot up and off the mark there. It's Destina Vivamore getting some action here in the late quarter.
I think one thing of note while we were chit-chatting here, it looked like Coach Palazzi cleared his bench and brought in 5 fresh players there during one of those recent whistles.
And Hutchinson is indicating to me her night is over as she has begun to
unravel the tape.
Pull the old string and unravel that ball that is her left hand.
I don't know if I should mention this, but inside information tells me she has a torn ligament in her thumb. But she's healing up nicely, and she's obviously battling through it. And hopefully it won't affect her softball season.
Yeah, like I said,
it's glove hand. She's fine.
Glove hand. I like her chances. That one won't go for Vivamore. But here comes Romero back down the floor. 44-15 is Leominster's lead. 5:45 to play here in quarter 4. Back up, top of the key. Feed Romero.
Oh, stayed in bounds. Well done.
Nice job there. That is Cavins. Back up to Romero. Romero steps up to the 3. No roll. Loose ball run down by Cavins. Takes it back out to the top of the key. Now goes down low. Finds Zambrana. Shot up. Zambrana got fouled, and 2 shots coming up.
That's going to be on Monville. That'll be team 5th for the Blue Devils, and that should be her first if they bill her. Yes, and they do. They got one right. There you go.
You know, looking at Mia Cavins here, another girl with some size here is only in 9th grade, and I think she got to take her game under the basket. And I'm sure that's something the coach is going to work with. But being out on the wing there, she needs to get herself under the basket and use her size and strength to make things happen.
She nails the first.
That one won't go. And a loose ball down for Monville. Monville up floor finds Finnegan, takes it over the timeline, drops it off to Ivana Akacheri. Cross court find Burkhart. Playing catch around the edge, it's Finnegan, Burkhart, and Akacheri. Round it goes for Burkhart. Goes post Vivamore. Cross-court skip, find Finnegan. Stepped up to a 2, back rim, no. Rebound down, Vivamore in traffic. Held ball the call, and Leominster keeps.
The desk moved. Somebody hit it.
I've been there. I've been there.
They obviously don't have a set designer expert.
We're going to have to step
to
up
help
our
them
game
construct
here.
it.
They've got a great look. I mean, it's made of cardboard, but
somebody got 2 points for Leominster, by the way.
Check the tape. Around it goes, into the corner. Back to the corner once again as catch is played between Auger
That was a nice
and
pass.
Rivera.
Nice give and go there.
Vivamore rips down the rebound.
Rips is right.
Leominster's lead is 30 at 46-16, 4.5 to play here in quarter 4. Finnegan, back to Burkhart, back to Finnegan. Float, the right elbow. Vivamore finds Akacheri, looks down low, and that ball is deflected out of bounds.
Nice job passing the ball there. It looked like a set play here over on the wing, and tried to get to Akacheri, just couldn't handle that last pass. Under 4 minutes, approaching 4 minutes to play here in the game.
Auger goes around, back to the top. A little head fake, dribble drive, Romero, Monville knocked it down. They say she got body first.
Hello, welcome to the paint.
2 shots come to
Haley's
the
not
line.
letting her come in there and do that, which is very impressive.
Not here, not now.
Take that out of here, I think is what she was saying.
Team 6 second for Monville.
Romero at the line, 4:01 to play here in the 4th. 46-16. Romero's shot is up and down, and it's 46-17.
I got to give the Lady Blue Devils a lot of credit here after battling to that 12-point lead in the first half. They've done a very nice job controlling the second half on both ends of the court.
Second one goes as well for Romero, and it's 46-18. Halfway through this 4th and final quarter of game number 1. Remember, stay with us here on Leominster TV. We'll have a break, a little post-game conversation to post-game this one, and we'll set up game number 2 as the boys come out to take center stage. Three-pointer there for Burkhart for Leominster. Makes it 49-18.
She's got 3 threes on the night.
From about that same spot.
Oh, yeah.
Left just off the arc.
It's called a wheelhouse.
Indeed. Swinging over to the corner. Auger floats up the 3. Got back rim. Akacheri, loose ball tipped. Reloaded Auger, and Auger pulled the jumper from that right elbow and got it to go. Finnegan's got it top of the key to Burkhart. Now looks inside for Monville, and Romero comes over the top of Monville. That foul should be on the floor. It'll be a Leominster possession underneath.
Romero picks up her second, team third.
Inbound, Viva More. High off glass, won't go. Loose ball, run down and in transition. There's Romero, find Auger. And now back to Auger. Left corner 3, she hits. 49-23, under 3 to play here in the 4.
That's her second on the night.
Finnegan popped the 3, didn't go. Monville the rebound.
Once again, is Haley cleaning up those misses. Tell you, she's got a knack for the ball. It just comes to her.
Yep.
Whether weak side, strong side, she's great positioning herself.
Oh.
Traveling violation as Red Raider, in that case, that was Jarrett, kind of withered, and I think she got stuck on the floor. That happens from time to time. You get that contact, and either you slide or sometimes you end up sticking, where your shoe kind of sticks and you roll over it.
She's looking at her ankle there. I don't know if her ankle rolled and she couldn't do anything about it, but yeah. Led to a traveling call.
Indeed it did. Low block to the right. Van Akacheri, pinpoint passing, ends up to Finnegan back top of the key. Foul line kick. Jumper Viva More. Back rim, no. Monville's got the rebound, had to bring it down. Held ball the call. Fitchburg gets it back.
She went a long way for that rebound. Fortunately, for the Red Raiders, they got their hands in on it before she could do anything with it.
2:08 to play here in the 4th and final quarter of this one, 51-23. Leominster's lead right now. Leominster High School Hoops here on Leominster TV. Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, Todd Robbins, happy to be here with you. Bradley Bedard bringing you the looks high above courtside here at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. Always beautiful. The jumper for Cavins won't go. Monville's got a rebound. And back up floor.
I'm giving her about 10 rebounds at least on the night.
Finnegan from Akacheri through to Burkhart. Ends up low post Monville.
Nice job
off glass
getting
and
back.
go.
That's a nice way to avoid contact right there.
Beautiful.
I don't think I've seen her put the ball on the floor like that up to now, but she backed away from the pressure. And
Smart enough to use
did
her
a nice
body
job.
to create space, dribbled
Yeah.
back into it, got the open shot.
But that's what she's going to learn. You know, she not only is she going to learn to rebound, once again gets another one right there,
Indeed.
but how to create her own little space, either by keeping the ball above her head or like she did, put the ball on the floor, back away from the pressure, and still have that layup.
Last minute to play of this one. 53-23, Leominster's lead is 30. Inside, it's Monville. Shot is up, and that one will go. Put another one on the board for Haley Monville, 55-23.
She's taken over this quarter.
Indeed, she has. Here's the drive. Romero into a double team. Kick Auger. Step up 3. Back rim
There
this
she
time.
goes.
No.
I thought she had another rebound.
Got the rebound knocked down. Indeed. Set up a Romero 3.
Oh.
Mike drives it in.
I think that looked like it was over the rim. Woo.
55-26. Under 30 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. Finnegan with it. Finnegan back to Burkhart.
1 second differential.
Shot clock to game clock. Akacheri. Cross court, find Burkhart. Sets up Akacheri. Back for Finnegan. They play catch off the left side. Leominster trying to dribble it out. Float for Burkhart. 2 seconds, go 1. And Leominster takes the shot clock violation. 1.5 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter.
I thought that was a very interesting,
So
very
did everyone.
sportsmanship kind of move, though. Why force the issue for 2 more, 3 more points? Let's just pass it around, take the turnover, and move on.
Well, you remember, Leominster, of course, wanted to do
yes.
that not long ago, a few weeks back, and ended up struggling and contesting a ball in the waning seconds.
Yes, in a game they were losing badly
Indeed.
at the
and
time, but that's it.
that one off the mark. Game complete. Game number 1 finish here from the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg with the score, Leominster 55 and Fitchburg 26. And although the score doesn't dictate it, this one was in doubt through at least the first half and on into the early third quarter.
Did that reset real quick?
56 to
50,
20.
55,
55, 26.
55, 20.
My word.
I'll use 2 words to sum up my thoughts of the game. Mission accomplished.
Yes, mission accomplished. 10th win for the girls. They moved to 10-7 on the season, and they've got themselves district qualified. That was the goal.
That was goal number 1. Of course, well, winning the game tonight was goal number 1, and you accomplish your second goal by winning the game.
Yes.
And, they got 3 very tough games here to close out the season. Kind of a relief. I'm sure the coach is feeling a little sense of relief to get it done now. And then you can kind of play a little loose of these last 3 games, get your rotation set for your district playoffs, and go from there. But mission accomplished, get that 10 wins.
55-26, Leominster a winner in game number 1 featuring the ladies. We take a break. We're back post-game of this one and get you set for game number 2. Leominster and Fitchburg boys on deck for the next one. You're watching Leominster High School Hoops right here on Leominster TV. Back inside the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg. Leominster's girls a winner tonight, 55-26 over Fitchburg, picking up their 10th win on the season and qualifying for the district playoffs. And Kate, again, 55-26 final score pretty much says it all, but give us those final rundown on the stats.
Yeah, 29-point differential is the difference in this one. Let's take a look at the Red Raiders side of the ball. First, team totals. First, 8 of 47 from the field. They shot 17%. 3 of 26 from behind the three-point arc. That's 12%. 33 rebounds. They had 24 turnovers. They shot 5 of 13 from behind the charity stripe. That's 38%. Individual contributions for the Lady Red Raiders. Peralta ends the night with 2. Gonzalez with 3. Jarrett with 2. Bodie, she blanks on the night, but she was certainly active out there all night long. Auger ends the night with 8. Romero with 7. Zambrano with 1, and Cavins with 3. And we take a look at the Blue Devils side of the ball. Team totals first, 19 of 58 from the field were the Lady Blue Devils. That's 33%. They were 3 of 17 from behind the three-point arc. That's 18%. 21 rebounds, 4 steals, 15 turnovers. As a team, they were 7 of 12 from behind the charity stripe. That's 58%. Individual scoring contributions for the Lady Blue Devils come in the point of Finnegan with 2 points, Frederick with 2, Skinner ends the night with 22 points, Burkhart ends the night with 11, Hutchinson ends the night with 2, Vivamore ends the night with 1, and Monville comes screaming at the finish of that one with 12 points on her night as well. So 3 double-digit scorers for the Lady Blue Devils tonight in that one.
And the Lady Devils are a winner, 55-26, the final score of that one. I want to thank you so much for joining us on this first game of a doubleheader. We've got a break coming up, and then game 2 is on tap. It's Leominster and Fitchburg. Boys hoops take center stage. Which team can find themselves a big victory, which will probably make this entire season feel that much better? We'll find that out coming up in mere moments. For Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, Bradley Bedard, I am Todd Robbins. Thank you so very much for joining us, and until next time, in just a couple of minutes, so long, everybody.